green flag is out.
Yeah, green flag at the back. 5-second board is shown to the drivers then. Revs will be rising, tensions will be mounting, and the race gets underway now, and it's a good start by Higginson from pole position. Pollard also pretty smoothly away. I think everyone is safely away then as they head down towards Clervaux corner for the first time. Wellham from the second row has made a good start, clips the curb on the inside of Clervaux there. Did he get up into second place? Yes, he did. So he's made a good start to the race. Wellham in number 5 is second. 83 Higginson is leading, and from the outside of the front row, number 1 Craig Pollard is in third place at the moment as they head down towards Tower for the first time.
Absolutely. So yes, very, very close between Pollard and Wellham at the moment. So Pollard is obviously wanting to try to get that position back as quickly as he can so we can go after Higginson. So coming down towards, where are we? Jim Clark S's into Barcroft and Sunny in now. So very, very fast section this is. So the drivers need to make sure they are inch perfect, millimetre perfect. And actually, as we say that, Wellham is starting... Oh, no, that's not Wellham, sorry. Yes, so they're coming round the back end of Sunny now into the final complex before the last corner and back onto the pit straight. So here we go, there's the front battle again.
Yeah.
Four in a train.
There is, because it's James Clennell in the number 42 car who is making up that lead quartet. He commutes over from Manhattan for all of his racing. That's quite sexy, isn't it? Top 4 they're pulling away from the rest of the field as they go along. In 5th place it's the number 19 car of Sam Satchwell. In 6th place it's number 3, which is Tom Westworth, and they were side by side for 7th and 8th as they came across the line. That was Bert Chapman in the 44 car making up some places, but it's still Higginson leading this very tight-knit group at the front.
Yes, absolutely. You can see there Higginson was just pulling over to the right-hand side into turn 1 just to defend that position. Wellham had a bit of a look, but he wasn't going to make too much of a stupid move. Obviously, still early days. You can't win the race in the second lap, but you can certainly lose it. Round to the outside again. He's just defending, tries to get the cut back underneath, but no, Higginson has his measure, and that has brought Pollard right back into it as well. There's a slight bit of a gap that was built between Wellham and Pollard on that straight, but with that defence, it's now brought all 3 of them so close together. This is what we love to see. Coming round into Sunny in now, and you can see there they're just pushing the front of those tyres so hard, finding every last millimetre of grip that they can from those slick tyres. Also see that Clennell is right behind Pollard there as well, so he's brought himself right back into it as well.
He had a good run through Sunny there, I thought, to get back on terms with Pollard. I was thinking it was like a 12-wheel Jedi, but it's almost a 16-wheel Jedi that we've got going around the hairpin this time. These first 4 certainly pulling away. First flying lap completed. What lap times are we down to already? A 1:19.411 for Matt Higginson. I'm reminded that he did a 1:17.75 in qualifying, but probably still getting some heat into the tyres at this stage of the race. It's still Higginson, Wellham, Pollard and Clennell. Then Tom Westworth now is ahead of Sam Satchwell, so he's up to 5th position in the number 3 car. Satchwell down to 6th, then it's Bert Chapman 7th and Caldecott 8th.
Side by side for the lead now. Higginson is on the right hand side and Wellham has got past. He has taken the lead into Tower Bend now, so he now leads this quartet, and now Pollard is right on the gearbox of Wellham. Can he make a move? So coming for the Jim Clark S's now, again, very, very fast section, needs to be millimetrically perfect, positioning the car perfectly, and he's just, sitting in behind, waiting and biding his time to try and make the perfect move. You can see there coming through. Was that Sunny in? That was, yeah. See Sunny in, obviously Wellham was just at the back of the car. Sorry, Higginson, back of the car, just sliding out ever so slightly. So really, really on the limit. Through
the complex for the 3rd time then in this 15-minute race, and Wellham already has put a few car lengths between himself and Higginson, who is in 2nd position. Pollard 3rd and Clennell in 4th. Is Wellham going to be able to get away? Now he's got out to the front. The early signs are that it looks like he might be able to. Here last year he had some great battles with Tom Gadd in the F1000, but Wellham showing a clean pair of heels to the rest of it. He's done a 1:17.846, so immediately gained more than a second faster than Higginson had gone on the previous lap, and only about 0.8 of a second outside of Craig Pollard's lap record.
Yes, absolutely. That was an absolutely astonishing lap, considering the fact that he only got past sort of like, what, a third of the way into the lap as well. So he absolutely bombed it away from Higginson once he got past. So now really it's Pollard is having to start defending from Clennell, but we are now looking at the battle for, I'm not 100% sure which battle this is, but they're coming through the Jim Clark S's right now. So let's see who we've got in this battle.
I think that's Bert Chapman, Chaos Cole and Eric Cowell, possibly. Yes, it is, for 7th position, as the graphic hopefully tells us there. They are heading through Sunny, so Bert Chapman, who led a lot of the race at Cadwell Park, remember, last year, and then crashed out of the final corner, but he's under a lot of pressure there from the fast Irish lady, Chaos Cole, who's challenging him into the complex, and she's gone through there. So Chaos Cole goes up to 7th place now, down to 8th place goes Bert Chapman.
Yes, absolutely. That was a very, very brave move going through there. It's a very fast section, and really, I mean, you can get 2 cars side by side, but you don't really want to go much more than that. Coming down the start finish now, and we've got Bert Chapman and there's a
a new lap record. A new lap record for Rob Wellham. He's done a 1:17.812. The lap record. Sorry, beg your pardon. That's not a lap record. It's a 1:17.08. The lap record. I beg your pardon. But it's a bit quicker than he was on the previous lap. But he has pulled out now 1.4 seconds over Higginson in 2nd place. He pulled out about half a second on them that time around. Pollard still 3rd. Clonell in 4th. And there is that battle for 2nd now. They have dropped Clonell by the looks of it, but it's Westworth catching them. Looking at the timing screen, he caught them by a few hundredths only on the previous lap. But here is the battle for 2nd. It's Higginson versus Pollard.
Yes, absolutely. You can see Pollard is just so much more comfortable through that corner than Higginson. Higginson seemed to be a bit uncomfortable through that corner throughout the majority of the race so far. So that could possibly be a bit of an issue come next lap if Pollard's a little bit closer. But coming into this final section now, Higginson just pulled away a little bit into that last corner. So they've got their strengths and weaknesses in various different parts of this track as well. So Craig Pollard really is going to need to try and work this to his advantage, try and work out where he's faster, where he's slower, and essentially try to work out his attack from that. So coming through the where are we? Hawthorne. Thank you. So coming through Hawthorne now and through the chicane, so onto the back straight. These guys are absolutely going flat out. Rob Wellham has completely checked out. So it's really now the battle for 2nd place. Coming into Tower, and Craig Pollard has a little bit of a look, but no, Higginson has his measure. He pulls to the centre of the track and defends that position beautifully.
These two drivers have so many championship titles between them. We've said Pollard the champion last year. He's got 1 on his car, 2-time Formula V champion. Matt Higginson's won in RGB as it was then, Sports 1000 as it now is, several times, mostly in front engine cars. So lots of championships between them as they've got back markers ahead of them. One of them is the number 7 car of Stuart Miller. I think the other one must have been Dave Shepherd in the number 29 car, but they've negotiated them successfully. So too has Clonella's blue flags, of course, are being waved by the marshals at those back markers to let them know that the quicker cars are coming through. And there is quite a disparity in the lap times between them. But here's this battle for 2nd, coming up to complete lap number 6 of the race. We've got 7 minutes left to go in it. And the gap between Higginson and Pollard as they go across the line that time was just 0.4 of a second. It's now 3.2 seconds, though, between Wellham and Higginson. So Wellham well and truly out in front now. Nobody improving their lap times that time, of course, because of the impact of the traffic.
100%. But I have to say, the traffic did very, very well to get out of the way, considering the pace disparity there is between the front runners and the back markers. And also I have to say, obviously, before the front runners, they did very well to get through the traffic without any issues. But you see, coming through Tower there, they are so close. Higginson, again, having to move to the centre of the track to defend his position. Going through the Jim Clark S's now, you can see they are nose to tail. Craig Pollard is looking left, right, trying to find any way around Higginson that he can. Coming now into Barcroft and into Sunny in. Yeah, there's nothing to really give between them. It's just going to be a case of, okay, who has the biggest kahunas? Who's going to go for it? Who is going to put it on the line and get and essentially take it away from the other one?
Yeah, and James Clonell sitting there waiting to pick up the pieces if it all goes wrong between these two as well. He's still there in 4th position, chasing after these two. I think he is quicker in the second half of the lap, isn't he, than the first half, it would seem.
I have to say, though, it's probably the perfect distance behind these two. If anything does go wrong, they pick up the piece, because obviously if he's a bit closer, he's going to get caught up if something goes wrong. But at the moment, where he's got enough time to react if it does come. So he's probably in the perfect position to, if they do collide. But,
yeah, it's a problem for Stuart Miller there in the number 7 car, the driver from Hamilton, a newcomer. You can see the black cross on the yellow background on the back of his car. He's had a little moment at the complex, but that seems to have sorted itself out. So here, with 5 minutes to go, it's Higginson and Pollard and Clonell just a bit out of shape there through Tower that time, I thought, but not too much time lost for him. Through the Jim Clark S's, which is absolute blast, that part of the circuit. It's flat out if you dare, I think. Then through the right-hand kink at Barkov, then to Sonny, sort of sweeping right-hander. 2 elements to it, double apex. And then you've got a relatively short little straight down towards the complex, which is an overtaking opportunity, but because of the sort of left, right, then left-hand hairpin nature of the corner, it's one that you really need to plan out quite carefully. Watching Rob Wellham now into the lead of the race, and it looks like he's in problems. All of a sudden his car slows on the exit of the hairpin. He's pulling into the pit lane, and that means that Matt Higginson, as he completes lap 8, takes the lead of the race, and it's a disastrous start to the year from Rob Wellham. He snatched defeat from the jaws of victory there.
That is horrible. That is such bad luck for Rob Wellham there. He was doing such a fantastic job out in the lead. He had the measure of Higginson and Pollard so brilliantly, and it's just a shame, obviously, it's ended this way. But we've still got 3.5 or 4 minutes left on this race. Higginson and Craig Pollard, still nothing to choose between them. Going through Tower now, up towards the Jim Clark S's. I think Higginson just seems to have the pace in just the right places, just to make sure, especially on the corner exits onto the straights, just enough to keep Craig Pollard behind. Again, coming through Croft into Sonny now. This is where we've seen Higginson a bit struggling, but he seems to always see Craig Pollard actually have a bit of a twitch, a bit of a correction there through that corner. So ironically, the place that Higginson has looked a bit more vulnerable on that lap, on that time around, Craig Pollard had the issue.
Yeah, so 3 minutes to go. Reminder then that the grid for this race, for the next race, set by the result of this one, with the top 10 reversed. So whoever is going to win this race will start 10th for race number 2, but they'll also pick up maximum points, probably more importantly, and it's 30 points for a win, 27 for second, 25 for third, and so on and so forth. Down the start and finish straight they go towards Clervaux corner. It's Higginson leading, was 0.4 of a second ahead at the beginning of this lap, and with 3 minutes to go when they cross the line, I think there's going to be 3 more laps to go, including the one that they've just started, to make it a 12-lap race. Higginson moves across to the left-hand side of the circuit, takes a defensive line then into Tower corner, but you can see Pollard, his front wing is right underneath the rear wing of Higginson, who we think might be dropping oil, Kieran.
Oh dear, yes, I've just been told in our ears that yes, that's definitely not what you want. We had a bit of a delay this morning because somebody had dropped oil around the final corner, but I believe that came from the Formula V's. But yeah, with these cars, with the slick tyres, with the downforce, the last thing you want is a slippery surface. So coming around now into the final section again, through the complex, they are still nose to tail. We've still got a couple of minutes remaining of this race, and there is still nothing to choose between them. We say obviously the grid is reversed for later on, which is a bit of a disadvantage for the person that leads, but obviously they get the maximum points as well. But with how it's shaping up between these two, they are really struggling to have one or the other, faster or slower. It's still weaving down the pit straight. So would it be even better to consider this? I know obviously trying to rationalise with a race driver is a bit, like trying to negotiate with a bear. It's not really going to happen. But could it even be a case of Craig Pollard, okay, sit behind him, you get second place in this, then once it comes to the race later on, you defend and he can't get past you? Well,
that's it. Of course, there's the added complexity, though, of trying to pick your way through some slower cars as they head down past that time the number 98 car, which is that of Dan Hunter, the driver from Cambridgeshire. He's gone a lap down to the 2 leaders then, who are on their penultimate lap of the race now. By the way, Sam Satchwell it is that's got the best lap of the race, I think, on a 1:18.62. No, it is still Higginson, yeah, that's got it. Correction, 1:18.153. Oh no, hold on, Pollard, 1:18.016. Looking down our timing screen as we're watching Pollard now. He's lost a few car lengths to Higginson, and if Higginson is dropping oil, I wonder if he's just a bit aware of that and keeping a few car lengths behind. It could be an incredible tactic from Higginson to try and keep his rivals behind, just drop some oil or something, and keep other cars at bay. Yeah, perhaps one of those James Bond little things. Oh, quick check of flag though. I completely missed that. Sorry. So yeah, Matthew Higginson, he completely takes that win now. He over Craig Pollard, fantastic race, fantastic battling, and he had to defend for his life against Craig Pollard,
yeah, like you were saying, multiple championships between the two of them, and really, really good racing. So well done to Higginson.
Yeah, an early checkered flag about 30 seconds before the clock had counted down to 0, and possibly officials were mindful of issues that needed to be dealt with. If there is a car dropping oil, then that will need to be cleaned up. But it is then a win in the first round of the season for Matt Higginson. So many congratulations to him. It is his first win since Brands Hatch in round 2 of last year's championship. Craig Pollard it is that takes second place. James Clennell in the 42 car, I think that's his first podium. I think he had a few fourth places last year on the way to the Clubman's Cup title. Tom Westworth was fourth, and Sam Satchwell fifth, with Cales Cole completing the top 6. We did have a few cars 1 or 2 laps down in that F1000 race. Of course, it's the first of 3 races this weekend for the F1000 cars. They're back out again a little bit later on, around about 4 o'clock for race 2, and then tomorrow at 1:30 in the afternoon for their 3rd race of the weekend. Let's have a look at the results now for race number 1, and confirmation that the 11-lap race was won by number 83, Matt Higginson. Second was number 1, Craig Pollard. The gap between them at the end was 0.626 seconds, which I think was probably as big as it was throughout the whole race. Third was number 42, James Clennell. Fourth was 3, Tom Westworth. Sam Satchwell it was, the number 19 car, in 5th, ahead of Cales Cole, number 18, in 6th position. Eric Cowell was 7th, Bert Chapman 8th. He was the last of the drivers on the lead lap. Then Dan Hunter was 9th, Dave Shepherd was 10th, Stuart Miller was 11th, and the man that led for much of the race, Rob Wellham, he ended his race in the pit lane, I'm afraid. So dramas for him. We'll see, Kieran, if he's going to be back out later on. Yeah,
I do hope so, because he had so much pace under him in that first race. It's really, really shame, obviously, his race was cut short like that. But yeah, hopefully, obviously, the guys behind the car can get something sorted. Whatever the problem was, we don't know what it is yet. Hopefully get that sorted, and later on go once again and hopefully mix in with Higginson and Pollard like we were seeing in that first race. Fantastic race from all of them. Nice, clean racing, exactly what we like to see. But yeah, massive shame for Wellham to have ended like that.
Certainly was. So, I say, another race for the F1000s a bit later on. The next race on track is going to be at around about 1:10, which is the VSG Crypto Clio Sport Championship. Also, a reminder, we've got the JDM Plates Master 7s, the Nankang Tyre Sports 1000 Championship, featuring Cup 200, and the Sustain Fuels Formula V Championship. The centrepiece of the afternoon's racing really is around about 3 o'clock, which is the Takiwa Road Sports Championship. But now, at the end of the first race of the day, let's head down to the pit lane, where Tom Butterworth is going to speak to our top 3 drivers from the F1000 Championship.
Well, welcome down to the pit lane for the end of the first race of the day. We've got Matt Higginson taking victory there, and just getting his kit off, ready for a bit of a chat. So Matt, did you, first of all, did you know you were dropping any oil as you were going round, or was it just James Bond tactics, trying to throw it out the back a little bit and keep it all to yourself?
Oblivious, I'm afraid. If that was the case, sorry for Officer Craig behind.
No, it's just there's a little bit of smoke coming off down here. Look, you can just see it dropping off there, but I think that was causing a few little issues. But
no
good fun,
lights, so.
Good fun nonetheless. You were going full defensive all the way through.
Yeah, tough race. I don't know where the pace is, but luckily this track is relatively easy to defend against if someone's slipstreaming you all the time. So, yeah, pleased to turn that pole into a win. Thanks to the sponsors, Dislock, preparing the car all winter, and Team Mattel for ironing out a problem we had last year. So yeah, can't wait for the next race and make some tweaks maybe.
What did you think about the big send that Rob Wellham sent down the outside round Tower?
I kind of let him do it because somehow he's got a lot of straight line advantage on us still. So yeah, no point fighting Rob. I know what his race is like.
Looked like a good move, to be fair.
He was just in front. There's no point me fighting it because he had the corner basically.
All right, thanks very much. Okay. We'll come back to you for hopefully another podium in race 2. We'll move on to Craig. Craig. Oh, sorry, he's round this way. Sorry, that's James Clennell, who will come to third. Right, just quickly, Craig. Looked like you were trying every which way but loose to get past there.
Yeah, no, trying hard, but Matt's been around here quite a few times, so he's a hard one to pass. And I think start of the season, we had to do an engine change last night, so I didn't get much sleep. So I think I didn't want to make a silly mistake in that. It's a long season ahead, and we've still got 3 more rounds to go.
and obviously another race coming up today as well.
Yeah, that's it. So we're trying to make loads of changes to the car, and nothing seems to be doing it. But I think, having spoken to some of the other drivers, that everyone's struggling a bit in certain areas. So see what we can do and dial it in for the next one.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, and we'll very quickly move round to James Clennell before we go on to our second race of the day. James. Trying everything to get past, hanging on, doing everything.
Just trying to hang on. It was nice to get a first podium since 23, and yeah, it was good. A bit lucky with Rob. I don't know what happened with him, but yeah, nice. It was good to be just keeping on at the front, keeping up with the pace. So it was nice. Hopefully, get another result this afternoon.
You got to be in it to win it.
Exactly. Yeah, that was good.
And position yourself very well. Thanks very much, James.